This video is going to be a tiering comparison of the places to buy gold and silver bullion. Some of you have enjoyed my videos recently about price comparisons for gold and silver bullion online. This one we're going to zoom out even further. We're going to talk about all the different ways you can acquire these shiny metals, be it online, be it in person, whatever. We're going to try and cover it all. We're going to talk about the worst of the worst and the best of the best. The way this works is we're going to start with F tier items, things that you should avoid like the plague. We're going to work our way up to the S tier, which is superb. If I do this right, I will have offended at least a small number of you. If you're one of those people, that's great. Let's hear about it in the comments. The other thing I need to mention before we move any further is these are all my opinions and my observations. I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I'm just influenced by my interactions as a consumer. Without any further ado, then let's jump right in with the F tier. These are the worst. There's no redeeming qualities here. I'm going to be picking on some specific retailers here, and they're just going to have to deal with it. Bradford Exchange. Hopefully you're not buying gold and silver from them. They are a collector site. They sell a lot of collector-y things, and then they sell coins, and they're a bit deceptive about it, and I don't like that. Here's an example. They've got Morgan silver dollars, and it almost looks like at a glance that you can get a collection of them for $99. However, that's the per coin price. So really they're just offering you Morgans at $100 each when you should be probably paying $40 or less. Don't buy gold and silver from the Bradford Exchange. You can do better than that. Also magazines. These are just terrible. They're full of deception. They're actually rare today, which is good. There's a lot of deception here. Like I said, if you look at that giant coin, that's actually a $5 1/10 ounce gold coin. It's blown up to make it look like it's something it's not. The other thing you don't see here in the fine print further down is that you have to buy 10 of these to get this deal. Otherwise, you're going to pay something ridiculously higher. Don't do magazines. If you still get them, just ignore them, recycle them. Other F tiers is going to be any of those everything stores that sell it all. I'm talking Walmart, I'm talking Amazon.com. You have many friends, family, loved ones that know that you're into gold and silver, and maybe they're going to buy you one. They might end up at Walmart.com paying $45 for an American Silver Eagle. So spread the good word, my friends. Stay out of the F tier. Stay away from Walmart and Amazon and others if you're buying gold and silver. Feel a little better now that we got through that F tier bunch. Let's move on to the E tier. E tier is basically F tier, but with some kind of a redeeming quality. Still not a lot of reason to shop here. All right, I went there. Littleton Coin. What's my beef with them? I just don't like that subscription service. And here's why. They're going to send you coins every month. They're going to charge you too much for those coins. And the way they're going to get you is that life's going to happen and you're going to forget to send back the coins that you don't want. It's not as easy as they say it is. It puts the burden on you. You have to keep up with it, and you're going to end up forking out money to them. So don't do the subscription service. It's a trap. It's E tier for me because I heard from a lot of folks who've taken advantage of that gotcha offer at the beginning. People who've been able to exploit that happily get a few deals, run through subscriptions, cancel them if you want to play that game, but there's just better ways to do this. E tier for Littleton. Also, E tier is pawn shops. So I'm not talking about the gold and silver pawn shop in Vegas. I am talking about the place that has all the stolen weed whackers and other tools from your neighborhood alongside some gold and silver bullion. My experience going to pawn shops, the markups are crazy. All in all, the used car salesman experience. You have a pawn shop that operates more like a local coin shop. Maybe that's a higher tier for you, but by and large, pawn shops, E tier. Also E tier, eBay. See what I did there? This one's tough for me because on one hand, I've dealt with some really reputable, awesome dealers on eBay and gotten some cool stuff. Now, on the other hand, there's a lot of fakes on eBay. There's some terrible prices, huge markups, deception all over the place. But on the other hand, a lot of major bullion dealers use eBay to outlet things. But on the other hand,
there is no other hand.
All right, fine. Let's just keep them at E tier and move on. Moving up to D tier. Now, D tier, still not great, but there's redeeming qualities and reasons why you would shop at D tier. Just not something you would do all the time. D tier is going to be all of the sovereign mint websites when you can buy direct from the mint. So these are the places that make the great bullion that we all love. Places like United States Mint, Royal Canadian Mint, the Royal Mint, aka the British Mint. Let's take that one for example. You can buy the gold Britannias direct from them for a poundage price that means nothing to me. But if you translate that to dollars, it becomes $1,973 yesterday, which is not great. You should pay at least $50 less than that. Don't buy gold from them. And if we go to the United States Mint and we are here to shop for gold and silver bullion, where do we go? Well, I guess shop, coins. What does that have? Okay, coin programs. We've got examples of each. Precious metals. Okay, let's try that. Okay, we've got a few in each category. That doesn't help. Where do we just find all the gold and silver bullion? Let's try bullion coins. There we go. Okay, now we are at an educational website. I just want to buy some gold and silver. Where is it? Let's try this. Gold coins. Is this really it? And that's the problem, folks. They've got proofs, they've got special issues, they've got huge markups. Just not a great place to go buy gold and silver. When do I go to the US Mint? Well, I go to the US Mint when they are releasing something that's going to be hot, that I'm only going to be able to pick up at a reasonable price from the US Mint, and I'm going to be competing with thousands of other people, and it's going to be gone in about 5 to 10 minutes. The last few instances of that was the Morgan silver dollars and the peace dollars from 2021. Year before that, it was the 75th year anniversary privy marks on the bullion coins and the World War II medals. United States Mint, these other mints, there may be reasons when you'd shop there, but I would not make it my core place to get gold and silver bullion. And you know what? Now that we talk about those D tiers, I have to say, let's bring eBay up, because they're at least as good, if not better than these. eBay, congratulations. Welcome to D tier. Up to C tier. Now C tier, these are some pretty decent and reputable places to get gold and silver bullion. They're going to have flaws and they're going to have drawbacks, but these are definitely things in my repertoire. What is C tier? Reddit PMs for sale. Now, if you're not familiar with Reddit or PMs for sale, think of it like Craigslist, but with a little more trust, a little more of a community, some intermediaries, and a ton of rules. And when I say rules, I mean lots. Like, these are links to every rule that they have. Some people really love this. You can get some good deals. You're buying peer-to-peer, and there's no real markup here. And there's volunteers that can be brokers where needed. But this is a lot of work, and it's something that I've just hadn't had the patience to dive into and try. And then you just got the thing, with Craigslist where you're wading through some junky offers. It's C tier because some people really love it and it's an option, but definitely better ways for me. Also C tier is going to be all of the private mints. You can buy direct from places like Scottsdale and Golden State. Talked about them previously. Also Monarch Precious Metals. These places, they make their own stuff. They make interesting things. Buying direct from them can have its advantages, but it also has its drawbacks. They're running a small shop website, may not be that secure. They may not have a lot of good options for you to pay for the bullion, so they're going to charge you more for the credit card. And they actually may not, surprisingly, not have a good stock. They may have already sent all of their stock to the major bullion dealers. Worth taking a look, but not always going to be your best option. C tier, things are getting better, and they're going to get even better with B tier. And at that B tier, we also still do have some flaws. B tier is going to be all those online bullion dealers. So who are we talking about? Provident Metals, JM Bullion, Bullion Exchange, AppMex, Monument Metals, SD Bullion, Money Metals, Silver Gold Bull. There's my top 8. There's more, but you get the picture. Now, what do these places all have in common? Well, at some level, they have good amount of inventory. They have transparent pricing, albeit not always the best pricing. They have good shipping practices, some better than others. The best ones in this category, they also are going to insure your package, which means if the USPS loses it somewhere, they've got your back. They can recover your money for you. And that does a lot to get you over the fear of losing these packages. So what are the biggest drawbacks with these? Well, they're going to keep transactions of everything you do, everything you buy. And when the government comes a knocking, they're going to have to cough those up. The point of buying gold and silver bullion is just to keep the government out of our stash, out of our business. This is not the best way to stay private. So there's better ways, folks, but this B tier is definitely very accessible to everyone, which is a good thing. Once we've arrived at A tier, we're at some very fine quality ways of purchasing bullion. And for me, this is hands down the local coin shop. In fact, I love them so much, I'm going to give them 2 golden eagles here. My local coin shop is Bellevue Rare Coins. What do I love about them? They're professional, they're consistent, they have some cool things that come in, and they have very transparent and low prices. They list all their prices here, kind of like an online store, but you can buy it in person. They're always beating the competition on price. Here's some examples for you. Compared to online, there's no comparison. 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagles, a few hours earlier today. They've got them for $212 at a 13.5% premium. JM Bullion has them at $274 at a 46.8% premium. Ugh. How about silver? 1 ounce silver Krugerrands at $27.17 at a 14.6% premium. JM Bullion at $28.91 at a 21.9% premium. So every time, always beating the big online dealers. So that's why I love them. At this point, you're saying, great, Tyler, how much money did Bellevue Rare Coins pay you to do this video? And the answer is Nothing. Quite the opposite. I've been paying them happily premiums on all of these pieces that I get from them. Local coin shops too, if it's under $10,000, they don't have to put your name on it. They don't have to report anything to the IRS, and they won't. And that is a beautiful thing. So you get the trust, the security of buying from a reputable place. You know it's real gold and silver, and you're getting good deals. Now, I know some of you don't have that LCS option in your town. I feel for you. I really do. And so for you, maybe B tier is the best you can do. Or, if you're lucky, you can find that pawn shop that's actually behaves more like an A or B tier for you. There is more, folks. And at this point, you're probably thinking, Tyler, what could possibly be better than all of these? Or what other ways are there to buy coins? Well, I assure you there is an S tier, and we will get to it. That S tier is going to be something that not all of us can attain, but if you can, it will be quite choice. I'm talking about a coin guy. If you have one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is that dealer, that collector of silver and gold who you're friends with. He's going to give you some shots at some of the hot items that come across his way. He's also going to give you maybe a few dollars off spot here and there. The same thing in life in general. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's going to make a difference. And if you have a coin guy, you are in the S tier. Congratulations, because you know what? I don't personally have a coin guy. I'm stuck in A tier, but I'm thankful because A tier is definitely a good place to be. There you have it. There's my list. If any of this is giving you heartburn, well, drop me a comment and let's talk through this. Anywhere that you shop or any kind of way that you get gold and silver bullion that I haven't covered, let's talk about that. I'd love to hear about it. Hopefully this format works for you. So thankful that you watched. I hope to make more content for you very soon. Take care.